Texas law enforcement officers committing crimes.
That just does not seem like you should be having criminals upholding the law.
A small minority tarnishing the badge, and a system allowing them to stay on the force. A KVUE Defenders investigation, Conduct Unbecoming. Tonight, we launch an investigative series looking into Texas law enforcement officers charged with crimes.
KVUE Defender Andy Parati spent 6 months digging into the issue, uncovering a system which allows some officers to keep their licenses despite admitting to serious crimes.
A night of celebration downtown Austin.
I was out with a couple friends.
Rachel Legston never anticipated what would happen to her minutes after arriving at this bar in 2013. It started with a crude comment from a stranger.
Gave him a piece of my mind. I said, please leave me alone. I turned around, went to leave, and next thing I know, I had a pair of hands around my neck and held over the railing of a rooftop.
This picture shows the bruise around her neck. Austin police arrested Shawn Harris for the assault. When she arrived at the police station, she's told Harris is a Travis County deputy. When you found out that he was a cop, what was your reaction?
I was terrified, but still, as a victim going through it, it's quite an unnerving experience.
Harris agreed to a plea deal. He apologized in a letter and received deferred prosecution. That means if he stays clean for 2 years, the state will drop the charges. Today, Harris remains on the force.
I think that it was reduced initially to protect him from losing his job.
Do you think that's fair?
I don't think it's fair.
There are more than 115,000 licensed law enforcement officers in Texas. Digging through thousands of records over the past 6 months, a KVUE Defenders investigation uncovered 4,800 Texas law enforcement officers at the state and local level arrested for crimes since 2008. At least 536 have been arrested more than once. The most frequent charge, assault. More than 1,200. Most kept their law enforcement license or remain eligible to renew it. Do you have anything to say, sir? That includes Dan Masisik, a former San Marcos police officer. Can you tell me what happened that night?
I think the evidence speaks for itself, and I would suggest that you do your homework.
According to our homework, the Hays County Sheriff's Office arrested Masisik twice. In 2010 for domestic violence for assaulting his wife, and again in 2011 for deadly conduct after firing his gun toward a driver during a road rage incident after leaving the department.
There was no reason for him to shoot at us or run us off the road or attempt to take the law into his own hands.
In both cases, Masisik agreed to a plea deal to deferred prosecution, and the county later declined to prosecute. He remains eligible to work in law enforcement today. Jim Harrington is founder of the Texas Civil Rights Project and a law professor at the University of Texas.
Anytime that officer presses charge against somebody else, that officer's credibility will be challenged in court. The jury will look at that, probably not believe it then, which means that you're not solving crime.
The Texas Commission on Law Enforcement licenses officers. By law, it can only revoke an officer's license if they're convicted of a felony. That means even if an officer admits to multiple misdemeanor assaults, they can stay on the force in Texas. Of the 4,800 Texas officers arrested since 2008, 9% or 437 officers lost their licenses. Kim Vickers is the agency's director.
Many times they have fulfilled whatever administrative action was taken on their license, and they come back and they want to work again. And the system allows them to do that.
Even though they have a criminal record?
Even though they have a criminal record.
Legston believes the system needs to change.
That just does not seem like you should be having criminals upholding the law.
Texas law protecting repeat law enforcement offenders some do not believe deserve to wear the badge.